Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at a couple of Zen 2v2 games because over the past week or so, he has broken the 2v2 MMR world record and then raised the bar with that record all the way to where it now stands at 2,702 MMR. He announced that on a Switzer today, and you can confirm this looking at sites like Rocket League Tracker because the in-game leaderboard, well, at least at the time of recording, is broken. But yeah, this is a crazy achievement for many reasons, but let me just start off by saying, yes, your eyes do not deceive you. This is Zen in the Octane, and he's playing this first game with Alpha 54, his teammate, and this was a game from his climb over the past few days to 2,700. Alpha getting the opening goal there from a miss from the opponent. And yeah, obviously playing with other good players is a big part to a climb like this, but if you think it's just, you know, Zen at the very top of a very high rated bunch, then you would be mistaken, because if you do look at the leaderboard at the moment, he is nearly 200 points ahead of second place. Atto, at the time of this recording, has 2,536 points, and he's number 2 in the leaderboard. Zen is over 2,700. Now, if you guys know what it's like to play against lower rated opponents, you don't get many points when you win. And that's just because of the way rating gains and losses are calculated in Rocket League. If you lose to a much lower rated player, you're going to lose more points. If you beat a much higher rated player, you're going to gain more points. But it's the opposite for Zen. Every time he plays, he is not gaining a lot of points. Every time he loses, he's losing a ton of points. So to create such a huge gap to all the rest of the competition, and we're talking active, high-ranked 2v2 players, predominantly from Europe. I mean, I think all of the top 10 right now in the world are European server players. Yeah, I see Rulas in there. He is a European server player from Saudi Arabia, of course. And yeah, the rest of them do mostly French players. Shout out to Fairy Peak, by the way. Fairy Peak's just casually in third equal there. Fantastic stuff. The coach, by the way, of Vitality now. Still got it in 2v2. But yeah, just to really show you how insane this rating is, because I don't think it's easy to understand how high rated 2,700 is. Let me just explain to you a brief history of the 2v2 world record. Now, this doesn't go all the way back. I don't have all of the numbers with me, but the record doesn't usually jump by large numbers like this. This is a crazy jump. The previous record before Zen broke it just over a week ago was, I believe, 2,618 by LJ. And Zen broke that. Well, he announced breaking it on the 21st of February with a 2,623 MMR, so a 5-point jump over the previous record. And then he's gone and added a whole bunch more to that, well, almost 80 more rating to go over 2,700. Before that, the record that LJ broke was, I believe, 2,607. Yes, Monkey Moon 2,607. Before that, it was Typical 2,606. And yeah, before that we were in the 2,500s. So I mean, it's small jumps in the 2,600s. And then Zen's just decided to take it to 2,700 when no one else in the world is even above 2,600 or close to. I know some players have been over the past few days, but right now when he's broken it, nobody else is even close to 2,600. Because if you're playing ranked 2v2, you're just all you're doing is losing to Zen. Alpha there, maybe getting paid off by the opponents to get Zen into a lower rating bracket. Not going to work though. Over the course of this game, as you can probably guess. But if that's not enough for you to understand how crazy this record is, the massive jump from previous records and the big gap compared to the rest of the top 10 and indeed the rest of the world, maybe this will. So just understand this for a second. To get Supersonic Legend in Rocket League, great kickoff by the way, rank 1 gameplay, fantastic stuff. But to get to Supersonic Legend in Rocket League, you need 1,860 MMR, 1,860 MMR, if I'm not mistaken. Now Zen is far enough above that. He's almost 900 points over that number. And if we go 900 points in the other direction, we would be in Diamond 3 Division 2. So let that sink in. There is an equal gap between a Supersonic Legend player, well, a baseline Supersonic Legend player, and a Diamond 3 Division 2 player, as there is from that same Supersonic Legend player to Zen. Nice attempt there with the mid-air team pinch, by the way, from Zen and Alpha. Good stuff. But yeah, I just want to reiterate that in case you missed it. So there is the same gap between a Diamond 3 Division 2 player to Supersonic Legend as there is from that Supersonic Legend player to Zen. And now add on to that how few points Zen is getting when he wins. How many points he's losing when he loses. that should probably give you all you need to know to understand how insane this number is to achieve when no one else is even close to you in rating. But yeah, I didn't just want to make this video to talk about that. I also wanted to talk about Vitality. I wanted to talk about Zen in RLCS. Oh, fantastic open net. Looks like, in fact, yeah, Zen, clearly that's the forfeit, by the way. So yeah, clearly we can understand how Zen's getting rank 1 now, and he's just paid all of his opponents to miss open nets and then forfeit. Nah, I'm joking, obviously. Let's get into the second game of the video. We'll talk about Vitality, we'll talk about Zen, and how they're going right now in RLCS. So here we are in the second game. Zen is now with Seikoo, and he's back in the Fennec. I've got to say, I'm a bit disappointed. I don't mind the Fennec in pro play. It's a good card, but I was enjoying that Octane gameplay. Maybe we'll see a bit more of that in the near future, I hope. But yeah, this is a game from the grind to 2700 from Zen with Seikoo. He's now a player on Gentlemates, and yeah, decent goal for Zen there to kick things off, no big deal. Yeah, Seikoo now plays for Gentlemates, one of Zen's rivals, and in fact a player on the team who handed Zen his first ever elimination in RLCS history. Zen lost to Seikoo, Juicy, and Itachi in the semi-final of the first regional for this RLCS season. I'm sure a lot of you already know that, but for those of you who don't, yeah, Seikoo is still really, really good, and so is his new team. But yeah, I did, like I mentioned, I wanted to talk about Vitality, I wanted to talk about Zen, because a lot of people have been questioning this team and where they're at, what are they doing, are they even a shadow of their former selves after their recent defeats. Well, one to Gentlemates, one to SA in the Swiss stage of the recent RLCS event, and also to Karmine Corp twice now in Swiss Sandin playoffs as well in this most recent event, and also even in the first event to a team called 100%. So yeah, it's not been going as smoothly for Vitality. Multiple losses in the past 2 events, and compared to going completely undefeated in events, well, they did lose 1 series online, but yeah, winning every event is obviously a big step up from where they're at right now, where they're being much more challenged in their own region. Now, in my opinion, you know, Vitality's level, looking at the gameplay and looking at the individual skill, I don't think, like, a lot of people are saying that they have deteriorated, and I do disagree. I think that it is likely that they are in fact better players than they were 6 and 8 months ago, that window where they were winning everything. And even as a team, I think that they don't really look like they've changed too much about how they're playing Rocket League. I do in fact just think that their opponents have improved a lot, namely Karmine Corp and BDS, but definitely Gentlemates as well, and indeed the rest of Europe. When Vitality came in and dominated at the end of last season, they raised the bar, and now other teams have responded to that new bar by trying to match it, and in some cases even raise the bar further. Indeed, I think Karmine Corp have done so in a few ways with some of their strats that they're going for, some of their plays that they're consistently executing. But, you know, that's obviously a debate. There's no way for us to put Vitality from the end of last season against the current Vitality unless you have a time machine. I don't, so we are purely speculating when we have this conversation. But it is my opinion, and I'll stick by this, that I do think pros like Vitality and like Zen and the like, who continue to grind Rocket League and take it very seriously, are extremely likely to improve over that kind of window. But yes, it's about improving relative to the competition. I think that is fairly obvious. Relative to the competition, Vitality have definitely not been improving as quickly. They've been outdone by their EU rivals so far, 2 events in a row. But yeah, I'm not jumping to too many conclusions too quickly. I think Vitality are the team coming into this season that we know the most about. They're the team that have proven themselves on LAN. They're the team who have shown what they can do and what their level is when they put it all together. And you know, they've shown an ability to regain in the past from pretty tricky situations, such as lower bracket at the Boston Major, getting the first series going against them in Regional 2 of the Spring Split last season by losing to Karmine Corp. Indeed, you know, nearly losing a series to Complexity as well at the Boston Major. It wasn't a flawless record for Vitality last season, and their ability to regain was, you know, promising, at least in the context of their current situation. Yeah, another reasonable goal by Zen there, not bad. I think you'll be quite happy with that one, I suppose. Yeah, that's just my opinion. I think that they've probably improved. I think that their teams around them have improved without a shadow of a doubt. And I still think Vitality are going to be competitive with the best teams in Europe and indeed the world. And you know, at the time of this recording, I would, you know, put them round about that number 3 rank. I know a lot of you guys have probably been following my team rankings on my Twitter. If you haven't, you could check them out. I tweet them after every major weekend online. And we'll see, based on the final event of the season for EU, where Vitality land going into the major. But I think right now, I think they've been surpassed by KC and BDS. They seem to be very consistent, and Vitality have not been able to match those teams. But yeah, I'm not ready to move anyone else above them globally just yet. Because yeah, I still believe in this team. I think Vitality and I think Zen, I think Redos and I think Alpha are still very good, and they've shown in patches, even in the last 2 events that they've lost, that I think they are still at that level. Playing Karmi Corp close in Swiss, and the Gentlemate series that they lost was also very close. So, yeah, all that just to say, I'm not jumping to conclusions with this team, even though I see a lot of people wanting to do that right now. It's easy to want this team to lose. They want everything. Everybody's got, they've got a target on their back coming into the season. I think everybody's kind of, I guess, low-key happy to see this team have any kind of struggles, because it just seemed too easy for them. But I'm not going to jump to too many conclusions about the defending world champions. Well, definitely not as quickly as other teams where, in my opinion, there's more uncertainty, new rosters who have yet to prove themselves for an extended period of time, like Vitality did. Yeah, that's where they are at with RLCS. I'm really looking forward to it. I think they will make the LAN. They're not qualified yet. In fact, they're sitting on the wrong side of a tiebreaker, I believe, for seeding. I think they're 4th equal in points, if I recall. You need top 4. I think I back them to do it, and I think they're going to be a force on LAN and definitely one of the favorites to win it, because we have seen what they can do when they do get rolling on LAN. Yeah, I also wanted to mention, now that we're at the end of the game, I made a note to mention this. Good job, Seikoo, for this game. 4 goals, 3 saves, really doing a solid for Zen here in his quest for the 2v2 world record. But they really had to go the distance here with Babso and Jazzy. Seikoo, by the way, after let me just translate this, because I can't read the French, but let me just check. What does Seikoo say here after helping Zen get the new world record? He said, "No worries for the carry." That was the reply to Zen's tweet about getting the world record. Yeah, Seikoo clearly thinks he had a lot to do with this. I'm sure he did. I'm sure everybody who played with Zen on his road to getting the biggest world record that we have seen in 2v2 for a long time, I'm sure they all had a lot to do with it. Oh wow, it's a 1 second lead though, with a mind game from Zen. And after many successful flip resets in this game, I don't blame the keeper for pre-jumping. Really, everybody goes for the ball on the kickoff. Welcome to EU high-level 2v2, everybody. We are right back to bronze in the kickoff meta, and I love it. Kickoff meta has been fantastic to watch this season, of course. Yeah, I definitely need to make more videos about that, because I know you're all as obsessed with kickoffs as I am. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed these games. Didn't really want to do too much play-by-play on these ones. I think the gameplay was a good background here for the bigger picture topics, which include, yeah, how crazy Zen's record for 2v2 is. Will he keep going? I don't know. He's pretty far ahead. He might stop. He might not. He might keep going. Why not 2,800? He's probably thinking. But yeah, I wanted to also talk about Vitality as well, because I think too many people are probably jumping to conclusions about a team that are still, I think, very, very good. And yeah, are probably, yes, they're underperforming and they're not as good relative to the competition as they were last season. But yeah, I expect them to be very scary if they do make the LAN. And like I said, I do think that is something that they are going to do. But anyway, that's all for this video, guys. Congratulations to Zen on a crazy achievement with 2,702s. Yeah, I was watching his progression thinking, when should I make a video about this? Because he is just breaking the record by more and more every time I check. But yeah, 2,700 seems like a good number to talk about this. This achievement at. Bring your guys' attention to it if you haven't been following Zen's Twitter. I'm sure he'll update if he breaks it again. But yeah, congrats to him on that. Good luck to Vitality in the final event of the EU season next weekend. And I mean, good luck qualifying tomorrow. At the time of recording, they have to qualify still. So do all the EU teams in the new RLCS format. So good luck with that, first of all. And then next week, if they can qualify, good luck with the main event. And the attempt to make it back to LAN and defend their 2-in-a-row LAN record. But yeah, appreciate all of you guys watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope it's been informative and interesting to you. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, as always, let me know in the comments. I do tend to do this whenever a massive MMR record is hit, just to commemorate the achievement and to kind of talk about the player and their ongoing story. Yeah. This one might take a while to beat, let's just say that. We might be waiting a bit for somebody to catch up. Or maybe not. Maybe not. I hope not. Hopefully people are going to challenge it. That would be interesting. But yeah, like I said, thanks for watching, guys. That's all we got time for today. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. So here we are. Sorry, let me try that again.